Hi there, this is me. My name is Anna Boadok, and I am currently head of customer success at BOOKR. I've been working with the company for more than 8 years, and I'm working on BOOKR class for more than 6 years. Lately, I'm responsible for the relationship with our international partners, and this is why I very often show this wonderful product to partners, potential partners like you. So today, let me guide you through our flagship product, BOOKR class. Let me share my screen so the demonstration is more lively, easier to imagine. So this is our product BOOKR class, which was specifically created to teach English as a foreign language or English as a second language. It's full of graded readers. The platform consists of two main parts. One is the library application that you see now on my screen, and the other part is the teacher's dashboard created specifically for teachers to track their students' engagement. I will get back to that soon, but before, let me introduce you the library app. So this is what you see here. It's an application that includes more than 1,000 digital books in different genres, different topics. We have lots of storybooks, classic literature, activity books, flashcards, songs, nursery rhymes. So all these different types of books and topics for the children to get familiar with many different life situations, events in the world and different cultures, different backgrounds. So everyone could relate to a story. As for the target audience, we have 9 levels for the children, and it covers the ages from 4 to 14 and from beginner to intermediate proficiency levels. What's very special in this library is that the books are graded readers or leveled readers. They are aligned with CEFR, the Common European Framework of Reference, as well as Lexile, so they also have Lexile scores. If you look at the CEFR only, then the range is from pre-A1 to B1, B2, and as I said, it's from around kindergarten to the end of primary school. The app itself is quite device agnostic. It's a native application that you can download for Windows and Mac computers and Android and iOS smart devices, but it also has a browser-based version in case none of these other platforms or devices work. It's very important because it allows you to use the app in many different environments, such as in computer labs or in classrooms, projecting the screen. The kids can work on their own devices. So we really have great flexibility with this. The first time the users log in, they get to fill out a placement test, which is powered by Lexile. It includes 30 questions. And once the kids fill this out, they are moved or taken to the right level for them in the library. It includes different kinds of questions. They also get to pick their interests and favorite topics, and based on these, we can recommend different books for them to read. Let me show you a book so you can imagine what it is about, and especially because this is another very important selling point or uniqueness of BOOKR, the content itself. So this is a book from level 6.
All you need to know about the brain. Hello, I'm Professor Volkov. This is my assistant, Roni. We'll guide you into the mysteries of how the brain works. The brain controls everything in our body. It helps us to think, remember, feel, talk, and move. How does your brain? Why is the brain wrinkly? Look at the brain. It's beautiful pink and wrinkly.
Let me turn off the narration. So you can see that in every single book that we create, there are the features, illustrations, animations, the text, authentic narration, mainly British or American English. The text the voice over is followed by text highlighting. And these features are very carefully designed, very carefully synchronized to each other so that each of them serves as scaffolding. The children can always rely on one of these. So for example, if they are a bit weaker in listening comprehension, they can rely on the written text or the illustrations. If they have problem understanding the text when they are reading it, they can rely on the listening, or they can, again, try to get the meaning of the words and the expressions from the illustration. And this is very important. And this is how it does not only improve English as a foreign language or second language skills, but also literacy in English. So it's also great actually for struggling readers or beginner readers. As I turned off the narration, you see these dots appearing. This is for word annotation, which is generated by AI, and it gives you a definition on the level of the book. So it's not too difficult or too simple even for the children. You can see that this is a science-related book. It's fiction and nonfiction in one. It talks about a scientific topic, but in a storybook way, in a fictional way. This is one of the main kind of books that we have. But as I mentioned, otherwise we have lots of storybooks, classic literature like Tom Sawyer, The Wizard of Oz, Romeo and Juliet even. We have lots of civilizational materials talking about different cultures, different everyday situations. And also we have a lot of content and language integrated learning. Basically, this book is one of those as well. At the end of each book, you find different games.
How well do you remember the text? Read the sentences and decide whether they are true or false.
We have more than 50 different game types, and usually 4 of them is included in each book, and they target different language skills. So every game would focus on a different language skill. They would develop, for example, reading comprehension, vocabulary or grammar development, cognitive skill development, listening comprehension even. So this is just a few examples here. True or false based on the text. You see a countdown here.
Which word is missing? Put the letters into the correct order and finish the sentences.
So this is a bit of spelling, a bit of vocabulary. Controls. Voila. Yes, let's see the third game.
Read the questions about the brain. Match them to the correct answers.
Again, some reading comprehension, but also it's actual like knowledge that you can learn about the brain. You can mix and match. In the teacher's dashboard, the teachers can actually see how much time the students spend in the book, how well they do in the exercises. So whenever the kids do something right or wrong, it would be visible in the teacher's dashboard.
How well do you remember the parts of the brain? There are some other parts in the drawing too. Can you guess where they are? Label the picture.
Again, it's partially vocabulary and also lots of actual knowledge about how the brain works. Quite difficult. And the end.
The end.
At the end of the stories, we have recommendation, again, powered by AI. We look at the reading history of the kid, and also we check the reading history of similar kind of users. So they get the best recommendations and they don't want to stop reading. Some other things to mention here is, for example, the offline feature. These books are available even without internet connection, as long as they have the children or the users have a valid subscription. This is very useful for when your connection is not the best or when you simply do not want to provide internet for the kids all the time. Under My Books, the books that were assigned to the students by the teachers can be found. And last but not least, we have a very great search for the kids where they can search for different kinds of books, like books, flashcards, or songs. They can check the levels, and they can also search based on different topics. And now let me show you the teacher's dashboard very quickly. This is a browser-based platform specifically created from teachers to teachers. This is the platform where you take care of the user management, but the most exciting parts are the books, flashcards, and songs section, because this part helps you prepare for your classes, prepare for your curriculum, because you can check which books you need or what kind of books you need. For example, you want to teach on beginner levels and you'd like to teach about alphabet and animals. So you see all the books that we have here for these parameters. You see the books CFR level, recommended age group, topics or grammar items, and even the accent of the book, if it's American or British. And we have activity tips as well for many of them. These are supporting materials, again, created for the teachers, because we do not want the experience to only be digital. We do want the kids to go out there to do project work, interpersonal skill development, other arts and crafts, for example. So this is a collection of additional exercises that could be done with the children in the classroom in other ways. For example, yes, Simon says they can hike in the classroom. They can do different project work. And also we have printable materials included in these activity tips. It's also possible to create vocabulary tests and comprehension quizzes. If you pick the books that you would like to use, you can click on Create Vocabulary Test, and this would list you the keywords of the book, again, using AI, and it would give you a PDF that you can download and use in any ways that you would like. And also you can generate comprehension quizzes, which would be digital. So this would go into the app side of for the students. These are multiple choice reading comprehension questions. And if you're satisfied with the offered AI generated test, then you can just assign it to a student. In the teacher's dashboard, you can also assign books by clicking on Assign. You can pick a student, a group of students, a class of students. This also allows you to differentiate between them. So for example, if you would like to divide your class into two groups based on their, for example, speed of reading, then you can just decide to pick different books for them. And we have statistics as well that you could review. You have a leaderboard of who was reading the most. You can set a daily reading time for the students. In my case, it's now 20 minutes set for my students. And then you can see detailed statistics about them, for example, including the number of books finished, started, assigned books finished, BOOKR score, total time spent reading. And if you click on the detailed statistics for the students, then you see more details, and you can add assignments. You can see how many minutes I was reading. I have actually a daily limit of, or daily goal of 17 minutes. I read 2 today. I can set the goal here. I see game success rates. And I can see exactly which books me or this student interacted with. And last but not least, let me show you some other supporting materials like our teacher's handbook. This is a detailed material about the methodology behind BOOKR class, some top tips of implementation for different purposes, and some detailed lesson plans. So if you would like some ideas or if you would like to understand more how you can implement BOOKR class into your teaching, I absolutely recommend you to check out this document. You see the level alignment here, which is very important. Then we have the implementation ideas for different purposes, like differentiation, 21st century skill development, communicative skills, and then the detailed lesson plans for 2 books on each level. This is really to give you an idea of how exactly you can use BOOKR, how you can make the best out of it. Thank you so much for listening. This was a very brief overview of BOOKR class. I absolutely recommend you to ask for a trial, either directly from us or on our website. And it would give you a very good opportunity to check out all the books, the different levels, the different special features of the library app. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you and see you later.